God will always be my soul, nothing less. And Christ my Savior. God will always be my home, nothing more than Christ alone. And this will be my story, and this will be my song. My chains are broken, I am ready, and this will be my story. Yes, welcome to Hang Out with Me. I'm Anastasia Fishna, the apostle on the move. Glory to the Most High God. I'm so happy to come back here after a long time of summer holiday, and I hope you all enjoy your summer holiday also. I actually enjoyed mine. As you can see, the Lord is so good. Glory to the Most High God. So, welcome to Hang Out with Me. And today, Hang Out with Me is kind of special because as a new realm of love, is a new realm of relationship, and is a new realm of teamwork. And today we'll be talking about are you falling in love or you growing in love? Yeah. But before I continue, I would like us to know that if you would like to call in and share your view, the number to call is on the screen. If you like to call in and share your view, the number to call in is on the screen. The number is +49 174 7720 784. That's the number to call and contribute your quota. Remember, we're talking about falling in love or growing in love. Welcome, everyone. So, talking about falling in love or growing in love, we know that love is a good thing. Yes, love is a beautiful thing. You know, when the scripture was defining love, he uses different kind of expression, and all the expressions has to do with something that is connected to eternity. That is to say that something that is connected to eternity, it's supposed to last long. You know, something that is connected to eternity is supposed to last long, because that's why also the scriptures also describe love as God. I mean, it gave God the full definition of love. You know, so because if we love one another, we will love. If we love ourselves and if we love God, we can be able to love one another very well. But I don't even want to go there. What I want to talk about today is talking about falling in love or growing in love. So people just get attracted with someone else so fast, and they was like, oh, they will be shouting, they are in love with someone. They are, you know, they are already ready to get married and all like that. And I'll begin to ask her, when did you meet this person? When did you meet this lady that you want to get married to her? When did you meet this man that you just want to get married to him? Are you sure you're really in love? Are you sure you're falling in love? Are you sure you're not falling in love? Or are you ready to grow in love? So these are the two questions we should ask ourselves whenever we find someone that we want to love. The first question is, am I falling in love? And the second one is, am I ready to grow in love? Because getting ready to grow in love we help you to fulfill a lasting eternity connection with the word love. Yes, I said eternity connection because love is about God. Yeah, whether you love God or not, whether you believe in God or not, love is about God, because anything that is good is of the Lord. Now, you're not talking about you meeting a spouse, you meeting someone, and you're just falling in love into a what I call parodic relationships, parodic actions, parodic feelings. So falling in love is like a sporadic feelings that get so sexy and at first sight, or even beyond then, and before you know, you're already consuming the love. Yeah, you're already consuming the love. And when the love is consumed in a sporadic period, in a short period, you see that the love might not really last. And you see, and it's like you falling in love because of what you see in that person. And it's like your mind disappearing for your physical body to do some naughty things, and you think that that is actually what love is about. But beloved, love is beyond that. Love is beyond sexy sporadic activity. Love is beyond now. Love is something that has to do with what you want to build on. You know, that's why the scripture says that a good woman builds her home. So if you want to fall in love, it's not something you want to build on. So falling in love is a sporadic, short entertainment kind of dramatic, theatrical, or name it whatever you want to name it, but it's a short time experience. It's a short time experience, and that's why we need to be careful when we say we are in love. So I would rather advise us to look at the person we want to fall in love with, and grow in love with the person. You know, so it's better to grow in love than to fall in love. I mean, if you fall in love at first sight and the person you're falling in love with is not even ready to carry you along, what happens at the end? At the end of the day, what happens? At the end of the day, hearts will be broken. At the end of the days, and at the end of the day, feelings will be hurt. At the end of the day, somebody else somewhere will be crying that somebody somewhere has broken his or her heart. Beloved, love is a beautiful thing, but we should be careful when we jump into relationship. We should be careful jumping into relationship. We should make sure that we are ready to go into that relationship, because our preparedness into relationship will determine if the relationship is going to last long or not. Some of us fall into relationship, and that's falling in love anyway. We fall into relationship when we are not even psychologically ready, when we're not even mature enough. Most of us did that while we were in school, while we were in high school, while we were in the university. We fell in love with people that we're not even we're not even sure what our future is going to be like. And marriage is not like that. Let me shock you. Marriage is the only institution whereby on the day you're going to say, yes, I do, you're given a certificate. And the certificate is a representation of you knowing the future. But some people is like, hey, I don't know what the future is going to be. Then you're not ready for marriage. If you're ready to love someone, you should know what the future is going to be. Now, I'm not trying to say you're going to be a magician to know the future, but you must have talked about the future. So it's not like I don't know the future. I don't know what is going to do, what this person is going to turn out. Of course, you don't know what is going to turn out, but you will know what he is going to turn out with the conversation you had with him or her. So you're going to have a conversation. And this conversation period is the growing and love period. So don't tell me you're going to get married to somebody you don't have conversation with. And tomorrow he's going to wake up and say, oh, I don't want to live. Maybe you're living in Africa. Okay, let me not use Africa as an example. Maybe you're living in Europe and he wakes up the next, maybe you just got married 1 week after, he wakes up and he said, no, I don't want to live in Europe again. I want to live in Australia. And you don't even have that kind of idea. And it's not as if one job is pushing him there. No, he's going there to find a different kind of life. You know, marriage doesn't work like that. Marriage works when two people come together and do what? Two people come together and and agree in conversation. And forget about what you saw in that person at first sight. Forget about what the person experienced with you is like at foresight. Forget about what the person experience is with you when you loving the person and trying to emulate or trying to be the best or pretend. Because when you meet somebody that although some of us, no matter how we try to be plain or real, there could be some element of pretense in us when we actually meet someone. And there could be some element of pretense, and not only pretense, there could also be an element of we hiding things that we should not hide. It's normal. It's normal to hide some things at first sign where you're getting into a relationship. So now you can imagine somebody you're just meeting, somebody that came with a pretentious. Let me not say that the person is bad, but the person came not like the in the totality of him or her, but the person came maybe probably with a good side of himself to you, and you just jump in and you're falling in love, and you're getting some sporadic sexy activity, and before you know it, the person is going to show the other side of himself or herself, and you will be disappointed. You will be disappointed, and that's when you're like, oh, I just loved him, I loved her, and now she has broken my heart. No, sweetheart, it doesn't work that way, because that person came like, okay, let me see who this person I'm going to meet, when let me see how the person is like, let me see who the person is, or stuff like that. So, and from there you've already engaged the person, you've already married the person, you're already consuming the relationship, you're already having affairs together. It's not the person's fault. It's because you just accepted, you just too fast. I would say you just too fast. So it can happen to anybody. It has happened to most of us. It has happened, but now I'm using this opportunity to tell young people, take it easy, take it easy. You will definitely find who you love. Take it easy. And how do people get fall in love? People fall in love because most people fall in love actually because of what they want, because of what they want. They are in a situation or in a circumstance that they actually want something, and because of that, they don't know how to go about it. So they felt like, okay, fine. They felt like, okay, fine. Let me just fall in love with his lady, and I know this lady can give me what I want at the moment, but they're not thinking about the future. That's what falling in love entails. I mean, you fall in love without thinking about the future, but growing in love thinks about the future. So, and growing in love is what every man or woman should think about before doing anything that has to do with love. Before doing anything that has to do with love, think about growing in love, because growing in love will make you become the woman you want to be. Growing in love will make you become the man that you want to be. Growing in love will help you to grow in the time of pain time and in the time of good time. I mean, growing in love entails you accommodating your spouse's weaknesses, because so many people are working towards perfection, or even everybody is working towards perfection. Everybody's working towards perfection. They want to get better every day. No matter how good you think you've become, you still want to get better. And because you want to get better, there is somebody out there that is already longing for to be part of you, to be part of you getting better. And those are the kind of people you should look out for to engage in. Those are the people you should look out for to have relationship with, not somebody that just want to devour you at the sake that you are. So that's when you begin to see who a husband material is. That's how you begin to see who a wife material is. He wants to build with you. Husband material, he wants to grow better with you. So those are the things that we'll think about. Those are the things that we'll think about, to be on the chance of really growing in love, and not complaining of we being our hearts broken, or our feelings being hurt by other people that do not even control our life. So that is the way it should go. That is the way it should go, because so many people are like, oh, I really want to fall in love. And I was like, before you say you want to fall in love, you should ask yourself, I do you really want to grow in love? If you want to fall in love, it's a short time period. You fall in love and you keep falling in love. Have you ever asked yourself how many people you've already fallen in love with? It's just like a child that likes a toy, and the parents decide to get him or her the toy. And when the toy comes, the child takes the toy into his or her heart, plays with the toy, and he or she is so happy. Oh, thank you, daddy. Thank you, mommy, for buying this toy for me. And the last let me say, just like 1 week or in a month, let's say 1 month, the child can play with a toy. But it's possible then maybe the next month the child can see another toy that he or she likes and begin to show affection for that toy, and we definitely forget the one that you bought for him or her last month. And that's what falling in love is. So it's not bad to fall in love, but it's bad when we have when we begin to have um, feelings, or connecting our souls to things that will hurt us. I mean, it's good to fall in love. I mean, you just see somebody, you like the person, but do not allow the love to extend into connecting to your emotions and your feelings, because it will also tarnish your own feelings. And that's why so many people are depressed. They feel like, oh, I don't want to love again. I gave him my heart, he broke my heart. I gave him my everything, he broke everything, stuff like that. But what can we do really? We can actually do a lot. We can actually do a lot if we plan our life. If we plan our life, please help us to share if you're just joining. Help us to share and invite other people. I'm trying to see if I can share. I cannot really share from here. I can't see the share button. Please help me to share if you're just joining. And if you would like to call, why not call the number? You can WhatsApp call the number. Let me open up also my line. You can now WhatsApp call the number +491 7277 20784. I repeat, it's +491 7277 20784. That's the number to call and contribute. That's the number to call and contribute. So we're talking about falling in love and growing in love. Falling in love and growing in love. So what do you think about that? Let me know your own view. You can as well write in your view here. You can as well write in your view here, and let's know what you think. Yeah, let's know what you think. So, still talking about falling in love, I said there should be an individual growth for you. For you to really grow in love, you should also think about not only your individual growth, but you should think about your partner's growth. So growing in love deals with you thinking about your partner's growth, and you both of you growing together. But falling in love is just about you is like is like a selfish motion. It's like a selfish intuition of you trying to just be yourself and catch your fun. But that will not lead you to marriage, because marriage is more than catching fun. Marriage is an institution whereby you are ready to create another generation. It's like you saying, God, thank you, I am ready, use me to move this generation to another level. Because when we give birth to children, it's another generation. So that's why we have to be careful. That's why we have to be courteous. That's why we have to be we should take it easy. We shouldn't be in a hurry to know who we are who we are falling in love with. We shouldn't be in a hurry. We should take time easy. We should reason with ourselves. We should be careful with ourselves in order for us to also do things right and not the wrong way. So another one is that we should also give more time to the love affairs that we feel. I mean, it's not bad to feel loved, or it's not bad to love someone. It's not bad to see someone and love the person, and you're like, oh, I love this person. I don't mind saying yes if he proposes to me. It's not a bad thing, but we should be able to give time to it. We should be able to give time to it. And this time is it. I'm not when I mean time, I don't say it has to be 10 years, it has to be 3 years or 6 months or thereabout. No, this time is a time of conversation, a time to talk, depending on how far it depends on you, really. It depends on how far you can communicate. There are so many questions you need to ask. You need to ask questions about your family affairs. You need to ask questions about your parents. You need to ask questions about when you people are in love, what do you want to do in the next 10 years. I mean some of these answers to these questions in the during the duration of your cutting can also change. They can change, or even when you're married they can change, but at least you should have an idea of the kind of person that you want to love, you want to grow in love with. So how do you get ideas? You get ideas by asking questions. Ask anything. Don't say, let me not ask, oh, because if I ask now, maybe he is going to get angry. Let him get angry while you're cutting. And you should even make him angry and see how he reacts. Because when you get married, marriage is like every day there's gonna be issues to discuss. There's gonna be issues that will bring arguments, so that there's gonna be a lot of questioning, there's gonna be a lot of argument. So it's better for you to know how your spouses react when they are when you are cutting them before you're married, because when you marry them it's too late. So ask questions, ask questions. Do not say, oh, let me not ask him anything. Maybe not ask him this, because if I ask him he might get angry. No. Or if I ask her this, ask, ask. Even the scripture said, ask and it shall be given unto you. And the best way you can get what you want is when you have not really married the person. If the person truly love you, he's going to open up, he's going to tell you all the things. And some people like, okay, what about people that lied? Fine, you ask and they lied. So and you will catch the lie. You ask also with practical exam. Sometimes you make your own research. Now let me because some people like, hey, what about I asked him, he lied to me. He lied to me that he told me he doesn't have a child before, but now I married him, he has a child. Look, you have to make your personal research. You make your personal research. After making your personal research, then you ask the person. Then if the person says the truth, you say, okay, fine, this person is saying the truth. But if he's not saying the truth, then you already know that this guy, if given an opportunity, can lie. And he can lie with a big lie. So you already know that, okay, this person can lie. And it's not left for you whether you want to end up with a liar or you manage him. So it's actually left for you. So it's actually left for you, but we're just here to give you the tips to fundamental principles that you can hold firm. Like, okay, fine, we discuss about it. And of course, any marriage that is built on deceit is not actually supposed. If he's lying about everything or she's lying about everything, then it means the marriage was built on deceit. So we don't need to lie to ourselves. So we need to open up to our spouses, and that's how marriages relationship grow. So growing in love has to do with more of you thinking about of the future, and of course a long time process. The economics, when they do some plans at execute projects, they have short time projects and they have long time projects. So growing in love can is synonymous to long time projects, while falling in love is synonymous to short time projects. So I Are you in a short time project? do you want to do you want to turn it into a long time project? The deal depends on you. So how long can you be in a short time project relationship? You make up your mind and know how you want to get there. So it's just about you making up your mind. It's just about you saying, okay, fine, I want to be with this lady. I want this lady to be my wife. It's just about you proposing that to her, and she's going to accept you. She's going to allow you because she's already in love with you. She's already fallen. But the idea is for both of you to grow. And for you to grow, then you have to define that relationship. For you to grow, you have to define the relationship. Define the relationship. Yes, you have to define the relationship, because a relationship defined is the relationship that will be functional. Because when you know where your relationship is going, then you'll be able to tell people more about what you want in that relationship. So love, that's why the scriptures also says that love is patience. And that patience, the scriptures is trying uh to explain to us, is the area of growing. Because you can't grow when you are not patient enough. So it means that could be an element of growing in time. So there's a time for everything. There's a need for you to give time to your relationship. There's a need for you to give time also to your spouses. To your partners. Create time for them. Try to dine with them, relate with them, question them, have a conversation. I repeat, always have a conversation, talk with them, speak to them, talk to yourself, love yourselves. And love begins by you sharing I call it gist. Share your gist. That says small talks, from small talks to big talk, to official talk, to marital talk. Talk about it. Talk about your children. Even when you don't have any, talk about how your children are going to be. Talk about how we school. Talk about how they're going to be taken care of. Talk about your job. Talk about when you want to have children. Talk about the number of children you want to have. So many families have really broken up because when they got married, they didn't talk about the number of children they want to have. Maybe the wife wanted 3 or 4, and the husband wanted 1, but he never talked about it. And when they got married, they had just have 1 child. I know a family that had something like this happen. So we don't need to even we see them everywhere. So when they have a first child, the husband was like, I don't want to have any other child. And the wife was like, how will you say, oh no, the wife said, I don't want to have any other child. And the husband said, how can you say you don't want to have any other child? I want more children. And the woman said, do you know what I went through to even have this one after all the stress? No, I don't want to have any. There's an issue. And before we know it, the marriage is a goodbye. And you now think about, were they actually falling in love, or they were growing in love? And if you ask me, I would say they fell in love and they had 1 child, period. Whether they married or not, they fell in love, had 1 child, period. They were not ready to grow in love. That's why that marriage crushed. So marriages has crushed because one person is just falling in love and not ready to grow in love. Beloved, there's a need for us to get ready to grow in love. And growing in love means working out the foundation of your marriage. And working out the foundation of your marriage requires you to do what? Requires you to be able to plan for the future. Plan for the future. Speak about what you want in your future. Plan it. Talk about it. Even if they don't come to pass, envisage it. Envisage it. Plan them. Envisage those things, because when you do, life will be more pretty. Life will be more beautiful. Life will be more enterprising and even entertaining. Yeah, marriage is actually supposed to be like entertainment zone, whereby you get entertained by your husband as a wife, and as a husband you get entertained by your wife, and when the children come they join the entertainment group. So it's like marriage is supposed to be a fun group, but it can only be a fun zone when the fundamental principles are planned. I mean, some parents, some couples also marry and they say, oh, they don't want children. Uh, that's their decision. It depends on what you want. That's their decision. So, what are we talking about? We have to decide what we want. And when we decide what we want, we do what we want. And not when we decide what we want, then tomorrow we're doing something else that we do not want. Then it bounces back to what do you actually want? Are you here to fall in love, or are you here to grow in love? So falling in love is like a quickie. You know what a quickie is? You just see the lady, you loved her, you just grabbed her and you just consumed her, and that's it. And you say bye. That's a quickie. And that's not what marriage is. Marriage is a long time investment. So are you ready to invest to a man? Are you ready to invest to a woman? So we have to think about that. We have to talk about that. And we have to be that we want. And that's how marriage can thrive. And people like say, oh, yeah. So when I'm ready to, like, okay, fine, I'm ready to go for the future right now. Okay, fine. I met my husband. I was like, okay, I'm ready to get to the future with him. Then I said, okay, fine. I'm ready to grow. And growing has to do with a lot of humility. A lot of humility in you, not being egoistic or selfish. So, growing in marriage has to be with you humbling yourself, and that has to do with you thinking about others. You think about your spouses, your children. So it's no longer about me, but falling in love is a place of me. I don't care. I don't care. It's about me. So it's not about him. So because you don't really care. But if you really want to care, then you get ready to grow in love. Thank you, all of you that have joined. I will be signing out shortly. But before I go, I want to say thank you all that have joined. I'm sorry I just came late today. I've been away for summer holiday, but I'm back. Glory to God. No place like home. No matter how the paradise look, I mean the paradise area, beautiful areas we've been to, no place they say is like home. So I'm happy to be home, and I'm happy to be back. I see some people on that have joined me. Thank you for joining, even though I started late today. Thank you for joining. And let me read some comments. EA is saying, so true. Thank you, EA. And what did she say again? He said, marriage is a journey through life. Glory. Yes, marriage is a journey through life. So it's not like you just start a journey today and you want to walk out of it. Then it's no longer marriage. The institution God created actually as marriage, it's meant to last forever. And that's why I told you at the beginning of this broadcast that love has to be connected with God, and which is eternity. And God is eternity. So it's not even about heaven and earth, because if you want to say heaven and earth, where was God when he was creating the heaven and earth? So God was in somewhere when he was creating heaven and earth. So when we want to connect love to God, then we have to connect love to where God was before he was creating heaven and earth. So it's not about you getting married for you and your spouse to go to heaven and all that. No, it's not only about that, but it's about connecting love to the origin, and the origin is God. God gave you the opportunity to meet that person. God gave you the opportunity to be especially marriages that have children, God gave you opportunity to become a mother. God gave you opportunity to become a father. It's a privilege. It's a privilege for God to give you the gift, like, take care of this my child, take care of this child. And God give you children. So you cannot tell me you want to throw the children away. So if you're not ready to have the children at the first place, it means you fell in love. So I'm trying to differentiate between falling in love and growing in love. Because in a time in marriage, sometimes you feel like, you don't love your spouse enough. So you know that marriage is not really all about love. Marriage is about painstaking. Marriage is about tolerance. There are some things he used to give you before that he stopped giving you, and now you feel like maybe he doesn't like you again. That's why he stops giving you those stuffs. But you did not ask if he still have those stuffs, or if he still have strength to do the things he used to do the way he used to do it. So that's what marriage is about. It's about painstaking. It's about tolerance. And EA said, wonderful to have you back. Thank you, ma'am, and nice having you here. Thank you so much, ma'am. You are such a blessing. She said, more grace. Yeah, amen. Thank you so much, EA. And I welcome all of you to this program, and I just celebrate all of you. And I will not be staying so long today, but at least with the little that I've explained, we already know what love is, and of course, what falling in love is and growing in love. So we have to be courteous and continue to nurture marriages that will bring long time affection and envisage on the long lasting principles that we can use to better our marriages and our relationship. So sporadic feelings and actions are good also. But if you want to take it to another realm, then you think about growing in love. I'm Anastasia Fishner, and I'll see you again on today Hammer Point. On today Hangout with me. This is no Hammer Point. On today Hangout with me is every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central European Time. I'll be right on time by God's grace next Saturday. And if you like to call in, you can also save the number so that you can call in and make your contribution next time. But before then, I would like to tell people that are around Belgium to get ready for the Apostle on the Move. We're going to be in Belgium in October 15th. We're going to be in the city of Antwerp in Belgium. So if you like to be part of it, if you like to come to our conference, if you like to speak, if you like us to give you a microphone to minister, let us know on time. We still have time. So if you like to participate to learn something about the conference, why not join us in the city of Antwerp in Belgium? And it's going to be on the 15th of October. So I'm going to drop the flyer on my Facebook wall. You can get it at Anastasia Fishner. You can get a Facebook flyer there to see the address and all the details. But prepare to come, because it's a time to fellowship, is a time to get knowledge. And what is life if we don't have knowledge? Because knowledge and power controls this earth realm and even the spiritual realm. Even for you to scale through or wask in your spiritual realm, you need some knowledge, you need some power. And we have great men and women of God coming to usher you for you to become a voice in nation building. That's the topic, a voice in nation building. So I'll see you there in Belgium. For those people in Belgium and around, come, 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 come. It's going to be on a Saturday. So even if you're not in Belgium, you can fly. You can fly 2-3 days. Come have time with us. My family will be there. We'll all be there with our friends. Just come hang out with us. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Come, let's have some fun. Building the nation, impacting the nations, and of course, becoming a voice in nation building. It's something that, okay, let me not tell you so much about that conference, but the conference is going to be great by the grace of God. So I'll see you next week on Hangout with me. Please help us to share. If you're just joining, share, share, share. People really need to know why they need to fall in love, and they need to know why it's better to grow in love. So if your relationship crashed, you can understand why it crashed. So you can also build another relationship and it will not crash, because you're ready to build, you're ready to grow. And you also have to look for a partner that will be reasoning the same way with you, a partner that will be singing the same song with you, not a partner that wants to fall in love and you want to grow in love. So you have to look for the right partner. If you have the right partner, both of you can grow together and build families and build relationships that will last forever. And I tell you, relationships do last forever, but it depends on the foundation and the principles that are underneath. And the question is, what principles are underneath your relationship goals? If you want to know beautiful principles that will be used underneath your relationship goals, then book a section with me and I'll be ready to coach you on that, God's willing. I'll see you next time, and have a great time and great weekend. Blessings, blessings. Thanks everyone for sharing. God loves you, and I do too. So I'll see you again on this platform. Bye bye and blessings. Bye bye. He said yes, so you even learn new songs. Yes, of course. Marriage is about learning, unlearning, and learning. Learn new songs, then sing it together and sing it forever with your spouses. Blessings. Bye bye. So every voice, we sing.